What is the satisfied heart?
The heart that says Allah. The heart that is filled with Allah. Allah says, Ala bi zikrullah ta'ma'in kulub. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. If you want your heart to be satisfied, say Allah. Only in the remembrance of Allah can the heart be satisfied. There's a zikr with a zikr, saying it. There's a zikr with a zikr, saying it inside. You don't make a sound to it. Because it says remembrance, so then there are other kinds of zikr where it is not repetition of a name, but you are seeing the mercy of Allah, Ya Rahman. You're seeing the power of Allah, Ya Aziz. And wherever you're turning, it is making you to remember Allah. You cannot escape from that. So once that becomes, how you say, lazim on you, that becomes a habit to you, your heart finds satisfaction, your heart finds rest. Your heart now has an owner. That owner is Allah. And always you're calling to your Lord to come, just as your Lord is always calling to you. And you're always saying, now, yes, you are my Lord. Because Allah is saying, am I not your Lord? And you're remembering and you say, yes, you are my Lord. You are my Lord. You are trying to, as much as you can. Then you find satisfaction with that. What happens when you find, how you reach the satisfaction? Oh, you have to be cleaned up properly. You have to be trained properly. Because sometimes we mistake. We think this is Allah. It's not Allah. It is an ilah that you make to yourself. It is not Allah. So just as Holy Prophet ﷺ, he had to clean up all the idols around the Kaaba. So find a guide that will tell you this is an idol. Say, no, it's not an idol. This, my mother says this. Say, no, it is an idol. You have to get rid of it. You have to get rid of this. This is an idol. No, I learned this in school. No, it is an idol. More and more and more until you become more empty. Then there's a time. Naturally, your heart will start expanding and opening and understanding the mercy of Allah. You start feeling, you start tasting it also. You cannot do this unless there is a friend of Allah and a Shaykh that is there to teach you and to offer you something to taste. You cannot do this even if you read books and you taste this. You cannot get it from there. It'll be just coming and going like that, but it's not going to be part of your lifestyle. So, you will see wisdom in things that are happening. You will seek wisdom. Something that happens to you, you are not going to laugh or cry so much. You may laugh a little bit, you may cry a little bit, but you try to understand the hikmah behind it. You're trying to find, what is Allah trying to show me with this? And that time you stop being like an animal, just living your life without knowing your Lord. Animals, they know their Lord in reality. We stop being, as Quran is saying, the men whose hearts are made of stone. We stop being stone. Our hearts were searching. It was not satisfied. Our hearts became satisfied when we found our Shaykh. And at least we found someone who can teach us. That is the first level of satisfaction. Then our Shaykh is going to teach us more and more. That satisfaction also increases and increases, because we have to grow. and our knowledge has to increase, our wisdom has to increase. And so, we come to Shaykh Efendi, we fall in love, we find satisfaction, the kind of sweet satisfaction we cannot find anywhere else, not even with our loved ones or our parents. There's one thing that kills them, especially today's parents. It kills them. Some cultures, they say, I'm carrying you for 9 months. And then now you just go to him, you just met him and you just go to him. I say, we don't find this satisfaction with you. So people are not going to get it so much. Just as the parents of the people who first flocked around the Holy Prophet, ﷺ, they didn't get it. You see, we have all this wealth, we have all this culture, you have all your friends, you have all your uncles, they're influential. Why are you running after this one? See, because our hearts are not satisfied. We see that one and he's satisfied. Why are we satisfied? Because his heart is satisfied. He has found Allah. And finding Allah is just the beginning, is not the end, because Allah is endless. Now, you start understanding a little bit, because you know yourself, you start understanding, knowing Allah, knowing the will of Allah. Now you're going to say, what is the will of Allah now? What does He want me to do now? And slowly, you start doing what is for you, dunya and akhirat, and you have more and more satisfaction that comes with it. Inshallah. Wa min Allahu tawfiq. Al-Fatiha. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum. This much is enough, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Jumu'ah Mubarak.